Hello, everyone. I hope everyone have enjoyed the event so far. I have. It's always interesting to look at, how our users, how our winners have used innovative ways to use the technologies within their environment to improve the efficiency of their work. And I must say that, what my colleague just shown just now about how to use AI assistance in some of the demos are really inspiring. So I really encourage everyone to take an opportunity to take a look at all these new technologies and see how it can work for you. And of course, this will be linked to what I'm going to share with you in a moment, because this is what the lab and the hub is all about. Trying out new things, trying out new technologies, and see how this can better fit into your environment. So in the next 15 minutes or so, I'm going to share with you the GeoExperience lab and hub in Esri, Singapore. If you were to take away two things today from my sessions, I want you to know that this is a facility exists and is available to you now. And the second, we want you to use it, whether you are customers or partners, because it helps you move faster from interesting ideas to confident next step. In many organizations today, the hardest part is not about the technology. It is always about alignment. Aligning your leaders, aligning your IT departments, your data owners, as well as your data teams and partners in seeing the same pictures, as well as agreeing on priorities and deciding what to do next. The lab and hub are designed to compress that journey. You can come in for a short executive briefing, or you can run a hands-on working session to validate feasibility, data readiness, and value. So over the next few slides, I'm going to bring you on a journey to understand what the lab is about, what the hub is about, and how they work together, as well as the easy way to engage with us. I also call out to what each group typically cares about: leaders, whether you are middle management, working teams, and partners. So everyone leave with a clear next action. So this slide captures the opening of the GeoExperience Lab and Hub on 28th January, which Joe mentioned in his opening. And it was truly a meaningful milestone for us. We were very encouraged to welcome more than 200 visitors from over 25 organizations, spanning both public as well as private sectors. What made the day especially memorable was not just the turnout, but the energy in the room. It was a fun-filled and vibrant event with many valuable conversations taking place throughout the day. We had the opportunity to engage the customers directly with visitors, and we share ideas and introduce them to the purpose of the lab and the hub. Just as importantly, it was wonderful to see our guests connecting with one another as well, exchanging ideas, exchanging perspective, and building new relationships. This is exactly the kind of environment we hope to create, a space that brings people together to explore, to learn, and to spark collaboration. The opening gave us a very strong start, and it reinforced the value of having a platform like this for our customers as well as our partners. So in the first place, why do we want to invest in a lab and a hub? Well, because decision cycles are getting shorter, while complexity is getting higher. First, it is about speed. Everyone here wants faster time to value. It's no longer acceptable to spend months debating options before you can see anything tangible. So the lab and the hub basically give you a very safe environment to see and test approaches quickly, so you can decide with confidence and move forward with momentum. Second, it's about complexity. Today, real outcomes or solution rarely comes from a single system. It is a combination of data plus workflow plus integration plus people, often across multiple organizations or even multiple stakeholders. When you add AI, governance, and security requirements, the risk of misalignment increases exponentially. So we design the facilities to help stakeholders align early on success criteria, constraint, and practical trade-off. Third is about governance, especially for a regulated and mission-critical environment like what we have today in Singapore. You need to validate guardrails, security, privacy, operational constraints, and feasibility. So the lab isn't just a show and tell environment, it is a structural environment to ask the hard question early and avoid expensive rework later. So the lab and hub are your decision accelerator. They reduce uncertainty, shorten alignment time, and make it easier for you to move from vision to a pilot or a rollout plan. So let's start with the Experience Lab. The Experience Lab is a hands-on environment built for validation and co-creations. Instead of generic demo, we can design a guided session around your objective, what you are trying to achieve, who needs to be convinced, what constraints matter, and what a success will look like. A lab engagement can happen at different levels. For executive, it can be an outcome-focused briefing that shows what is possible and what it takes to deliver. For middle management, it's about feasibility and roadmap conversation. For working teams, it can be a guided hands-on exploration of workflow so they understand what the system does and how it fits into their day-to-day work. Now, the Experience Hub. If the lab is where we validate and co-create, the hub is where we showcase and align. It's a collaboration environment designed for customers and partners to come together around a solution stories. For customers, the hub is ideal for executive briefings, guided tours, and cross-functional discussions. It's a neutral space where leaders, business owners, ITs, and data teams can see the same storyline and align on directions. For partners, the hub is a platform to showcase your technology, products, and services in context, especially when values become clearer when integrated with a geospatial workflows. Customers today do not want to buy a product. They want to buy an outcome. So the hub will demonstrate the integrated solutions, Esri capability plus your partner's capabilities in a mission-relevant narrative. So if you are confused by now about what is a lab and a hub, so here is a simple slide to help you to remain the differences. The lab is for your hands-on validations. It is about you coming to try, to test, and to de-risk your decision early. While the hub is to showcase an alignment, to see the solution landscape, align stakeholders, and build momentums. So if you're unsure where to start, don't worry, we are here to help you. Start where your biggest gap is. If it's awareness and stakeholders alignments that bothers you, start with the hub. However, if it's feasibility and execution clarity, start with the lab. Either way, we will guide you through the path between the two. So, what is the lab and the hub for? Okay, we have intentionally designed it for mixed audiences. So for C-suite, the question is usually, what outcome does it serve? What are the risks? And of course, what does it cost in terms of time, people, and investment? So the lab and the hub help leaders get clarity fast, what's feasible, and what values or success look like. And what is, most importantly, what's the next steps they should take. For middle management, it is always about execution. So what's realistic? What dependency exists? And what data do they need? For working team, it is about practicability. They want to see how does this work in their day-to-day and how do I apply it to my workflow. For partners, it is about The value is on integrated storytelling and co-hosting. So partners wanted to know, how do we show combined value with Esri, and how do we engage customer credibly? The hub provides a curated environment to demonstrate solution outcomes. Again, not just features. So whatever your roles are, the lab and hubs is designed to answer the questions you care about at the right depth, without wasting time or diluting the message. And if you are completely new to GIS or ArcGIS, we also run guided enablement sessions, like our ArcGIS Pro test drive, where teams can build baseline capabilities before moving into deeper solutioning. So what do we want you to get out of the sessions? We want to design the sessions to produce outputs, not just impressions. So first, it's a shared understanding. We want to align on the objective, the stakeholders' constraint, and what success means. So this alone, right, can often remove weeks or even months of back and fro and prevent misalignment expectations early. Second, a validated workflow approach. We map the problem to the workflow and validate feasibility. What works well, what needs adjustment, and what assumptions are risky. So this is a stage where the teams gain confidence because they see how the pieces actually fall together themselves. Third is a pilot-ready recommendation. We want to outline what a sensible pilot should look like in terms of the scope, the timeline, the resources, and the data that you require to make this pilot a success, and the outcomes to measure. So we keep it focused so it's deliverable and meaningful. Fourth is about clear ownership and follow-up. So you are left with actions and owners coordinated through your account manager from Esri, Singapore, with the right specialists and even with the right partners. That means the session doesn't end as a nice talk. Most of the time, we went to a session, we just have a nice talk, but we wanted it to become a plan that is executable. So even if the answer is not now or not this approach, that is still valuable because you have reduced uncertainty and protected resources. Our goal is simple, to help you to move forward with confidence. So for partners, what is the hub for and what's the lab for? So the hub will be a strategic platforms. Customers increasingly are looking for complete solutions, integrated capabilities, proven workflows, and credible delivery pathway. So the hub will help partners demonstrate the value in real context, in real-world context, in our customers' context. Your technology or services combine with Esri geospatial platforms, telling a coherent stories around outcomes. And from a go-to-market perspective, the hub creates visibility and opportunity discovery. It's not a trade show. We do not want to just provide you with a table in a corner where you put up your hardware or your service or the system there, but we want to have a curated environment where solution narratives are focused, relevant, and aligned with customers' missions. So these are just some examples of teams that work well across many industries. Like planning and urban changes is a common entry point. People like to do scenario planning, understanding trade-off, and how does this decision impact your budgets, communities, and long-term outcomes. 3D and realities mapping is powerful for communicating complex environment instead of looking at spreadsheets. And operational and situations awareness is about seeing what is happening now, coordinating resources, and improving responses. And last but not least, indoors and asset navigations help organizations manage assets, facilities, and movement. These are just simple examples, not limits. We can tailor teams to your missions. The facilities is flexible, and the session is designed to what makes it valuable. So engaging the lab and hub is intentionally low friction. Okay. So step one, please, if you have any ideas, speak to our account managers. Share the objective, the audience, and your preferred timeline. If you're not sure what format is best, that's fine. Tell us the outcome you want, and we'll recommend the right approach. Second, we will propose a session format together, whether it's a briefing, story demos, working session, workshop, or a short sequence of activities. Step three, we will prepare. We will get the necessary agenda, the storyline, the environment, and even partners, if necessary, to participate in the session. And last but not least is to deliver and follow up. We capture actions, owners, and next step. So momentum continues after the session, whether that is an enablement, a pilot, or co-host event. So for my last slide is a call to action. Customers, please use the lab and the hub. If you need executive alignment, a cross-functional discussion or hands-on validations, the facility is here to help you to move faster and de-risk decisions. For partners, the hubs is your platform to showcase an integrated solution with Esri and co-host meaningful customer engagement. So guys, thank you for your time. I'd be happy to connect after this to discuss how we can design a lab and a hub engagement for your organizations or partnerships. Thank you.